All right, guys, just stand by. I'm going to start in about probably 2 minutes. Some people say they can see me and hear me. Some people can't. I know Future Sailor Albers, good to go. But Future Sailor Clodfelter says she still can't see me. So give me a thumbs up, Clodfelter, if you can see me and hear me. Am I loud or am I quiet? Oh, I think Clodfelter can see me. All right, so we're going to start in about 1 to 2 minutes. I'm still waiting for Petty Officer Hernandez. He's going to be helping me out, so he's going to be coming in the next few minutes. I got one of my assistants here as the cameraman and miscellaneous things. Right now I'm having technical difficulties with my TV internet. But we'll get started. Just so you guys know, especially for the brand new Future Sailors, we always start our Dep meetings with the Sailor's Creed. So I know most of you guys have memorized it. For the new ones and people that have not memorized it yet, look onto your start guide. I believe it's page 7. But we're going to all stand up and do the Sailor's Creed as soon as we start. So just bear with me. This is a brand new thing that we've been doing because of this stay-home order pandemic. So we're going to do the best we can here, do some training, put out a lot of good information for you guys, and also to interact with you guys, ask me a lot of questions as far as what you guys have been studying, what you guys have been working out on, what the future holds with this pandemic. I don't have all the answers, but we'll definitely, as far as the pandemic goes, everything is up in the air. But just bear with me. But I'm going to give you a couple minutes to get your start guides, get some scratch paper, and we're going to recite the Sailor's Creed, hopefully in the next minute or two. So it looks like everyone's giving thumbs up. Sounds good with volume, cool. All right, so we'll get started in a few. All right, we're going to get started. I know we're running a little late. I know Future Sailor Jimenez is still trying to stream, but we're going to get started. All right, everyone stand up. Attention, attention to the Sailor's Creed. I am a United States sailor. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I will obey the orders of those appointed over me. I represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, courage, and commitment. I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. Booyah. All right, let's get started. So I don't know if Jimenez has gone online yet, but if you all can please muster in. I see most of you chatting online, but for the people that just came on board, just give a thumbs up or muster on the chat. Let me know if you can't hear me or if it's getting technical difficulties during this streaming. So this is the very first time we've been doing this. We're doing this, so there might be some technical difficulties already, especially with the internet and stuff like that. But I just wanted to say hello and just, wish you guys, or actually just kind of greet you guys and just say it's glad. I'm happy and glad to have to set this up because we haven't seen you guys in, how long has it been now? Probably more than a month, maybe a month and a half. And I know it's a lot of crazy stuff is going on in the world. There's a lot of deaths, cases. You probably know some people that might have been affected. For those of you that did have some loved ones that passed away or are still infected right now, my condolences to you and your family. But it's some serious stuff that we're going through. And so please be safe. Please use your masks, wash your hands, follow the social distancing orders 6 feet away. And so we'll talk more about that in the next couple minutes. So I believe Petty Officer Hernandez is almost here, so I'm trying to signal my assistant to get him going. But I wanted to first and foremost introduce our new future sailors. So we have a lot of new future sailors that have joined within the past month, which is awesome. Thanks to our awesome recruiters in our station. And so I wanted to kind of give a shout out and kind of introduce you guys to our new future sailors, especially for the future sailors that have not come into the Dep meetings yet. And so you probably haven't met a lot of them. Petty Officer Hernandez, he finally joined us. He had to do some medical appointments. And so I'm just going to list, there's about 10 or so. If I forget you, I apologize. So there's Future Sailor Isabel Fernandez, there's Future Sailor Brandon McIntyre, Future Sailor Shamaya Womack, Future Sailor Zachary Duran Sanchez, Future Sailor Dustin Crown, Future Sailor Antonio Cedillo, Future Sailor Ian Lakin, Future Sailor Cheyenne Platero, Future Sailor Augustine Lopez, and Future Sailor Alexis Williamson. So that's about 10 Future Sailors within the past, I would say, month and a half since the last time we haven't had a Dep meeting, since the last time we had a Dep meeting. And so, as you can see, we're growing. I think we've got about 45 Future Sailors now. So we're growing, but, we're not done yet, but we still want to get you guys trained up and, sent to boot camp and sent to the fleet. And so I asked all of the new Future Sailors questions that I wanted to put out to you guys. So usually when we do introductions at Dep meetings, if you guys remember, we kind of ask them some questions about themselves, just to for you guys to get to know them. Let's see here. Okay, future sailor, start off with, okay, so for the people that responded. So future sailor Fernandez. So future sailor Isabel Fernandez is from Alamogordo, New Mexico. She's currently going to El Dorado High School, so graduating soon. She joined the Navy because she always wanted to follow in her dad's footsteps and serve her country. She also wants to have a good career and help others. So, which is perfect because now she's going to be a hospital corpsman. The Navy is a highly respected branch and have always wanted to be, and she's always wanted to be a part of it. And another question that I always ask you guys is, tell me one thing interesting about you. And so future sailor Fernandez said, she did her first marathon when she was 10 years old with her dad. That's awesome. So welcome to the team. Welcome to the group, future sailor Fernandez from El Dorado High School. I know we got a lot of future sailors from El Dorado. So represent El Dorado. Dustin Crown, future sailor Dustin Crown is the next one. He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He also did graduate from El Dorado High School, so he's already an alumni. His dad piqued his interest because his dad was also in the Navy in the 90s. He loves water and mechanics, and he loves cars, guns, ships, planes. He knew he wanted to make the Navy a career before he even went into high school, so middle school, elementary. And he believes the Navy has a lot of values for life to teach him. He joined to learn as well to serve his country by following his passion, and he also joined to grow and continue to learn about himself. So welcome aboard, future sailor Dustin Crown. He also is a certified scuba diver, which he's told me, and he's very proud of that too, so he's a scuba diver. Let's see who also responded. Future sailor Antonio Cedillo. He just put, he's from Albuquerque, went to Del Norte High School, joined the Navy because his family has a history in Navy and it gives opportunities to explore cultures and hiking, and he goes hiking at least once a week. So that's something interesting about himself. Brandon McIntyre, future sailor McIntyre, from Albuquerque, went to Visu Cleveland High School, and also Del Norte, and also El Dorado. So he's been in all the schools. He's also still a senior, is graduating soon. He feels that his only options in life in order to succeed is join the military with the Navy, being the best choice, and to leave where I'm from. Okay. He's also a big supporter and tries to be positive and helpful to everyone he meets. And he notes that he's a human, not a robot, and we all have our moments. Okay. So welcome aboard, future sailor McIntyre. Future sailor Alexis Williamson. She is also from Albuquerque. She is an alumni of La Cueva High School, represent. She joined to find a greater purpose and to travel. And one interesting thing about her is she is a nationally recognized lighting designer. So have you ever heard of that? I mean, that's definitely something interesting. So I definitely want to talk to her a little bit more about that. Nationally recognized, that's national. So hit her up if you guys need lighting designing. So hey, maybe it's some good money right now too. So, but you're in the Navy now, so you're gonna have better money. So welcome aboard, future sailor Williamson. Ian Lakin, future sailor Ian Lakin hasn't responded yet. All right, so that's it for right now for the new future sailors. So definitely reach out to them, make them feel at home, especially with the WhatsApp. I know you guys communicate with the WhatsApp, so now we have this YouTube channel, as you can notice when you're starting to look at our YouTube channel here, the Navy Recruiters Future Sailor YouTube channel. So we're going to try to do this, or we are going to do this at least twice a month. But the more you guys like this, we can do it once a week as well, especially if we're just at home. during this stay-home order, we'll definitely do it a lot more. You can do it from the recruiting station or at home. So, but yeah, welcome aboard to the new Future Sailors, and um, we have Future Sailors shipping out soon, and so I know in May there's still Future Sailors. Jacob Williamson is shipping out soon. Future Sailor. Actually, we'll get into that at the end as you guys say your goodbyes. Um, but now let's get into the nitty gritty of the training. And so everyone's good. So so I just wanted to introduce you to Future Sailor Hernandez. If you guys haven't seen him or met him yet, I'll just give you. I'm sorry. I've been saying Future Sailor for like ever, so petty officer. He's earned it. So for the Future Sailors that haven't met you yet at the office or wherever during the process, just kind of give like a couple minutes to introduce yourself, how long you've been in, and kind of experience you had, and why you joined the Navy and stuff like that. So go ahead.
Sounds good. All right, you guys. Petty Officer Hernandez. I've been in for almost 6 years now, or 7 years, going on 7. Coming from San Diego, I was part of a small boat, or what we call a small boy, a DDG. I'm an operations specialist. I myself specialized in what we call tactical data links, pretty much communication between ships and keeping up, pretty much just tagging, what we call tagging bag, right, on radars. My experience in the Navy so far, I mean, I deployed 3 times, all to Asia, or what we call 7th Fleet, and it was fun. I mean, I've hit anywhere from Singapore to Guam, Hawaii, Hong Kong, South Korea, all those places over there in Asia. It's a good experience. The reason that I joined is because I dropped out of college. I wanted to be a dentist. Why, I don't know, but I joined the Navy, and everything shifted. Kind of to just also know myself, push myself, see what I was made out of, and yeah, the Navy helped me a lot. So now I'm here, and I'm here to help you guys with your guys' experience and transition. That could be difficult at times, but it's definitely worth it. But yeah, any questions you guys have, feel free to approach me. Tell you guys whatever you guys want to know.
Oh, actually, let's use this live chat. So let's see. Does anyone have any questions for Petty Officer Hernandez as far as his career? Anything about his job? So type in your question right now on the live chat, and we'll get things going with the questions. So please don't be shy. This is something that we want to do and interact with you guys. I know it's hard to interact with you guys all at once. Let's see, any questions? I know there's kind of a delay. All right, here we go. Future Sailor Albert is asking, where did you grow up, Petty Officer?
Oh, so I'm originally from San Bernardino, California. Then I got stationed in San Diego, so I stayed in California for the 5 years that I was there. But yeah, San Bernardino.
Future Sailor Bo, Arpak, how long do you plan on staying in the Navy, Petty Officer?
Not too sure right now. As long as they let me stay in, I guess I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I think I see another one. All right, Future Sailor Womack, what are some tips on how you were able to remember the 11 general orders?
Okay, so that one, yeah, very good question. My recruiter is actually a nuke, so he taught me one of the tricks they learned at their schools, and so he told me when I was a future sailor like y'all, right, to write the general order 7 times, to say them 7 times, and to kind of record yourself saying them, and then just play it back to you 7 times. So you do each one 7 times, it's gonna stick with you. that way. So that was the quickest way I learned how to remember them. And then just after that, it was just like I'll cover up the paper and I'll try to remember as much as I can. And then I'll get one general order done and I'll move on to the next one. So then I'll recite both of them until I got them both perfect, and then moved on until I got all 11. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Future Seller Cloud Filter. What was the most interesting thing you saw in your travels?
Let's see what's been up to. I guess the most interesting thing is how much I guess we're really a family. Like when it comes to going out, like on Liberty and stuff like that. Even though you're away from home, from your loved ones or whatever, everyone's going through the same thing as you are. So you guys kind of just click together, and you guys are each other's support system there. So I think that was the most interesting thing, just because they were complete strangers to me at one point, and then going on these appointments with them, getting to know them, getting to know about their families and stuff. It's just like going out with, some of your best friends or your brothers or whatever. And I think that was the most interesting.
And then Future Seller Bartley, I guess she didn't hear your job earlier. Her Wi-Fi was being weird, so she didn't hear what your job is.
So it's the best job in the Navy, operations specialist. We pretty much operate radars, control helicopters, and control fixed-wing aircraft. A lot of telecommunication stuff as well.
Okay. I think we're caught up with our questions for Petty Officer Hernandez. So now we're going to get into, oh, no, we got, I think that's Future Sailor Galindo Solano. Do you have any Navy tips, advice to help us later in the fleet? So any good wisdom, any good advice, tips?
Let's see. Well, there's a lot.
Name like your top two.
Stay away from people that are doing bad, dumb things. It's a good way to end your career quickly, or get your name known for the wrong reasons. And then just study. I mean, you're there for a purpose. Don't forget that. It's easy to get caught up in the life. It's cool when you're out there and you're having fun or whatever, but just remember what you're there to do. A lot of you guys, when I speak to you, you guys want to go to school and you guys want to get this job, or you guys want to accomplish this and that. So one of the biggest tips, and what I used to like to do, is write everything down. I used to write it down and then just kind of remind myself every day, this is why I'm here, this is why I'm doing things, right? And just always keep that in the back of your mind. Like I said, it's easy to get caught up in the life when you're having fun.
Okay, I think we're caught up now. Okay, so our first topic, our main topic today is going to be military drills and military etiquette. But before I do that, I just want to go over the requirements, kind of just a reminder as far as requirements that you as future sailors are required to do. So I know it's a little different with the stay home order. So I know we're doing a lot of either FaceTime or phone. So still check in every Monday, but with the two mandatory face-to-face monthly mentorings, with the Dep meetings or just coming in to see your recruiter, we're going to do that via virtual FaceTime. And so on Monday, talk to your recruiter about that. But you guys still need to keep checking in. You guys still need to report up to us, especially during this pandemic. We want to know that you guys are doing are safe. If there's any sicknesses in your family or in your household, or if you had to get tested, we need to know about all that stuff. But just like what you guys fill out with the recertification form, we're still going to do that with you guys, but virtual. So we're going to ask you the questions as far as, have you been arrested? Have you been charged? Have you had any tickets? Have you spoken to a police officer? Have you had to go to court for some reason? Which probably courts are closed right now. Do you have any outstanding court payments, traffic tickets? Have you had any illnesses or injuries that you have not been seen, that you that have not been seen by a doctor, or have you taken any medication for any reason? So even if you've seen a doctor or haven't seen a doctor, we need to know about it. Have you used marijuana, illegal drugs? Have you had a change in your marital status with your dependents or getting married? Have you given your current employer notice of your ship date? Have you moved, changed your address? Have you had any immediate family members travel outside the U.S.? So that shouldn't happen at all right now, anyways. Um, Problems or changes in your educational status. So I know that's something that reminded me that for all you high school seniors, I know you guys are wrapping up your school year, whether you finished your remaining credits or you're still finishing up. I know next month of May, everyone's supposed to be graduating, you know. So I need to know when you guys will be receiving your high school diplomas, you know, either by mail or if you guys pick it up. So I need to know by tomorrow. So reach out to your registrar or your counselors as a point of contact for your high school administration, and find out when you guys are graduating officially, and also when you guys get your official diplomas, because that is the only way you guys can ship off to boot camp. Is we need copies of all your high school diplomas, the official one. So please expedite that for tomorrow at the latest. Let your recruiter know. Let myself know. Put it on the WhatsApp, but preferably let your recruiter know first. Going back to these questions, have you got any tattoos, body art markings, piercings, financial debt status? Has anything changed? Females, you know, could you be possibly pregnant? Males, have you been told by any person that you are the father of any born or unborn child? So all these questions we always ask you during the recertification form, but still let us know if there's any changes with that, and also when you do your monthly mentorings with your recruiters. So we need to do that twice a month, and so this Dep meeting counts as well. So this is a virtual Dep meeting, so you guys all get credit for doing this, even though we can't see you on the video, you're still participating. So, but I just wanted to go over those requirements. Also with height and weight, so all the future sailors, and you guys know who you are, that are close to your maximum weight, or your recruiter has told you to lose weight or to continue improving with your weight and your physical fitness. So we still need to see you guys in person in the office. And so, of course, we're limiting how many people are in the office at a time. So we're not going to have you all come in at the same time. So we can still practice social distancing and still do, 6 feet apart. But you need to make sure you guys are still doing good with your height and weight. So I'm giving out kudos to future sailor Kamani Yazi, who's done really well this past month or so. So he's worked really hard, and he's already well within his weight standards, and he's still pushing it hard. So good job for future sailor Yazi. I know future sailor Allen, your classmates, he's helped them out, but good job for future sailor Yazi. I know future sailor Fisher, posted his run time just a couple days ago. He's getting better. He's improving, and I know a lot of you guys are posting your times on the WhatsApp. So still keep doing that. If you have any questions, let us know if you guys need help with that. But still, future sailors that still need to check their height and weight, you guys still need to come into the office in person. So contact your recruiter if you haven't done that this month. I know this month is almost over too, so please get that expedited. All right. So training. So military drills. So I know it's kind of hard to do military drills via virtual, but I was gonna show a video as I'm talking. So bear with me, and I'm gonna test this out. Can you guys, if I'm still talking and streaming, can you guys go onto the YouTube channel's playlist? And I don't know if you guys can still do that while I am talking. Let me know if someone test it out. If you guys can go onto you guys know where to find the playlist for our YouTube channel? Because I posted about, I think, like 6 or 7 videos. Okay, so Futricilla Gardenia says you can. Do you guys concur? Gardenia says you can. Okay, cool. Try playing it. And so what I want you guys to do, there's a video that I put it on the playlist, and it's called how to proper facing movements and courtesies. You guys see that? How to proper facing movements and courtesies for the U.S. Navy. I want you guys to watch that video, or maybe I can play it real quick. Let me see here. Can you check the speakers are open or speakers on? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. At the military career, you will be required to perform a variety of facing.
So we're going to watch this video,
which are a visual display of the military bearing. Oops. In basic training throughout your military career, you will be required to perform a variety of facing movements and courtesies, which are a visual display of the military bearing. Practicing these in the comfort of your home before leaving for duty is one of the best things to think about for your life. We'll start with the basic positions. Let's come to attention. Attention! To assume this position, bring the heels together sharply on line, with the toes pointing out equally, forming an angle of 45 degrees. Rest the weight of the body evenly on the heels and balls of both feet. Keep the legs straight without locking the knees. Hold the body erect with the hips level, chest lifted and arched, and shoulders square. Let the arms hang straight without stiffness. Curl the fingers so that the tips of the thumbs are alongside and touching the first joint of the forefingers. Keep the thumbs straight along the seams of the trouser leg, with the first joint of the fingers touching the trousers. Parade rest. Parade rest is commanded only from the position of attention. On the command of execution, rest. Move the left foot about 10 inches to the left of the right foot. Keep the legs straight without locking the knees, pressing the weight of the body equally on the heels and balls of the feet. Simultaneously, place the hands at the small of the back and centered on the belt. Keep the fingers of both hands extended and joined, interlocking the thumbs so that the palm of the right hand is outward. Keep the head and eyes as in the position of attention. Remain silent and do not move unless otherwise directed. Next, you may be put at ease. The command is at ease. On the command, you may relax in a standing position, but you must keep your right foot in place. Your position in the formation will not change, and silence will be maintained. Your arms may be relaxed, but your thumbs must also stay interlaced. The command for covering is cover. Two, with two being the execution command. This is given while at attention. On the preparatory command, bring your cover up to your head, holding onto it with your 2 fingers of your right hand. You may use your left hand to properly seat your cover onto your head. On the execution command, bring your hand down away from your cover and place it back at your side, resuming the attention position. The command for uncovering is uncover. 2, with 2 being the execution command. This is given while at attention. On the preparatory command, raise your right hand to the brim of your cover and grasp it with your 2 fingers. On the execution command, bring your cover down to your right side, remaining at attention. Next, we will cover left and right face, facing to the flank as a 2-count movement for turning to one side or the other. The command is left face or right face. For these movements, right or left is the preparatory phrase, and face is the execution phrase. On the command of execution, face, slightly raise yourself 90 degrees to the left on your heel.
Hold your arms as you would while at attention as you execute this movement. Right face will be executed in the very same way as left face, simply substituting right for left and left for right. Next, we will cover the about face. Facing to the rear is also a 2-count movement. The command is about face. On the command of execution, face, touch the toe of your right foot to the ground, about half the length of your foot to the rear and slightly left of the left heel. Rest your weight on the heel of your left foot and allow your right knee to bend naturally. On the second count, turn 180 degrees to the right on the left heel and on the ball of the right foot. Resuming the position of attention, hold your arms at attention while executing this movement. The next courtesy we will cover is the hand salute. The hand salute is a 1-count movement. The command is hand salute when wearing headgear with or without glasses. On the command of execution, salute, raise the right hand sharply, fingers and thumb extended and joined, palm facing down, and place the tip of the right forefinger on the rim of the visor slightly to the right of the right eye. The outer edge of the hand is slightly canted downwards so that neither of the back of the hand nor the palm is clearly visible from the front. The hand and wrist are straight, the elbows inclined slightly forward, and the upper arm horizontal. While in formation, you will be aligned with a group by the command dress, right, dress. This is done at either close or normal interval. The commands for this movement are dress right, dress, and ready, front. Dress right, dress, and ready, front are 2-part commands. Dress right and ready are the preparatory commands, and dress and front are the commands of execution. On the execution command, dress, all personnel in the unit, except the sailors at far left, bring up their left arms parallel to the ground and at the same time snap their heads so that they are facing right. The person on the far right will keep his head straight. After this, they pause and then shuffle back to a new position where their hands is extremely close to the sailor's shoulder on their left. If the command is preceded by at close arm interval, the left arm is bent at the elbow rather than parallel to the ground. When ready, front is ordered, all personnel snap their arms down and face forward. I hope you've learned something new. Practice these in the comfort of your own home, and you'll be thankful you did.
All right, you guys. So I know you guys might not really understand what's going on with the whole movements. It's probably like Chinese to y'all, but you guys will. So highly recommend you guys start looking at these videos and start practicing. Best way to practice is get in front of a mirror and just kind of check yourself, right? They explain pretty thoroughly of what movements or how your feet are supposed to move and stuff like that. Definitely try it out. Like I said, it's gonna help you a lot in boot camp. Just getting those movements down. You're gonna alleviate a lot of screaming, right? So definitely get in that and start. Okay, and now I'm gonna demonstrate for you guys how to come on, or is it in the office, right? Or just in the quarterdeck in general?
Yeah, in general.
So usually on ships, we have what we call the quarterdeck. You have about maybe 3 to 4 people that stand, watch there, right? And the ones checking people on, checking people off. Usually is the OOD, the officer of the deck. You got petty officer of the watch, making all the announcements and stuff like that. And you have a messenger, right? So for the most part, when you go outside, you have to have a cover on, right? So you always keep your cover on. The way you're gonna come on first thing, right? You're gonna have your ID, you're gonna get a cat card, and you check on, right? You're gonna come up first, pretend there's a flag over there. You're gonna salute the flag, just like you're coming to the office. You're gonna do a half right. You're gonna present your ID. And in my case, Petty Officer Hernandez, requesting permission to come aboard.
Permission granted, come aboard.
Right, and so you're gonna hold your salute until either the OOD or the Petty Officer of the Watch or the messenger kind of tells you, okay, you're good to come on, right? Most of the time, they'll grab your ID, they'll check it, they'll make sure it's you, they'll make sure it's not expired. All right, come aboard, and they'll salute you on. You drop your salute. Once they salute you, you come, and then you come on. So same thing when you're coming off, right? You just do it backwards, just like we do it in the office. You come up, petty officer now requests permission to go ashore. Then the OD would say go ashore or petty officer, whatever. You drop your salute, do a left half face, right? You're gonna salute, and you want to do in a back face out, and then you leave the boat. So that's protocol coming on or off the ship. Either it be you going home, you coming on, you going on Liberty or whatever. You're gonna do it. If it's civilian closed, you just don't have a cover, right? For the most part, people that don't, you just kind of put your hand over your heart or whatever, and say the same thing, so you don't have to salute. But yeah, also very important. If you are in civilian clothes, walking across the quarterdeck, don't have any earphones in, don't have any covers on, unless it's like your Navy issued one, because it will tell you something. But yeah.
All right. Thank you, Petty Officer Hernandez. So keep in mind, I know for the new future sailors especially, we expect you guys to do that tradition and custom when you guys come into the office. Just for that reason, all those reasons that Petty Officer Hernandez mentioned, when you guys are in the office, just know that it's a training environment because we want you to practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So you're going to be expected to do that every single day at boot camp. Why? Because you're going to be expected to do that in the fleet. And so when we tell you guys to do that in the office, you're practicing so you can get better and better, so that when you go to boot camp, you're going to be squared away, the most squared away person in your division. And so we're helping you prepare for what's to come, not just at boot camp, but you're going to be doing that regularly in the fleet. Showing your ID card, saluting the flag, saluting the petty officer of the watch or whoever's on watch. So we are full of traditions in the Navy, and there's always a purpose for that. It's not just to do it just because. And so that's why we tell you to do it properly over and over again at the office. So if you forget to do it, especially for the new future sailors, oh, I don't know how to do it. No one showed me how to do it. I know we showed you really briefly, but get with some of your future sailors in the group. Come by the office when you can, if you're able to. Talk to your recruiter first. We don't want everyone coming at the same time because of this pandemic. But or you can do it virtually. Practice with some other future sailors or with your recruiter virtually, or record a video of yourself and send it to one of us. So, hey, petty officer, did I do it properly? And we can check you on that, because as soon as you leave for boot camp, that's it. You're gonna have to be expected to learn it if you don't know it already on your own, or with people kind of pressuring you into doing it as far as boot camp style. If you don't know what boot camp style means, as far as the whole yelling, hurry up, and doing everything quick. So now's your time to practice that craft and just get better and better. Okay. I know you guys are pretty quiet right now, just listening to us, but any questions, speak now. I know we went over the military drills and etiquette video. That's going to be in that YouTube channel section playlists for you guys to watch. But go ahead and put on some chat remarks or questions for us as far as what we just went over. So we'll just wait a few seconds. I know there's kind of a delay. I think, okay, so there was a question about Liberty. So I know Petty Officer Hernandez asked or mentioned going on Liberty. Can you explain that real quick?
So Liberty is pretty much an evolution that happens usually when we pull into port somewhere, either it be abroad or in your home port. Pretty much is you being able to go do what you want, right? Obviously, it's something good if you're underage and you can't drink. Obviously, you can't, right? But Liberty, yeah, it's they call it a operation, I guess, right? You're still a sailor, especially in these foreign ports. You represent the Navy. So even before we go on liberty, we're briefed very well. They kind of give us like customs, certain words to use, like food, restroom, stuff like that, in whatever language we're gonna, or whatever country we are, their native tongue. Different gestures, stuff to do, stuff not to do, areas to go to, and stuff like that. So again, you're a representative of the Navy. They call us, Navy ambassadors or whatever. So you'll go out and pretty much liberty. You go with your friends or your liberty buddy. They always tell us to go in pairs. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be a captain. You could be, you're a chief. It doesn't matter. You're going out with someone. Just because we want to keep each other safe, right? So usually you're accountable for your liberty buddy. But yeah, you go out, you have some dinner, you speak to your family members, you go on a tour, you go scuba diving or whatever. Pretty much it's fun. Also very could get expensive, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what liberty is. Usually expires. You get a liberty expiration maybe like 12 o'clock, 1, depending where you're at. Obviously, the higher the rank, the later you get to stay out. But yeah, and there's like I said, there's certain areas you're supposed to stay away from. But you guys will all be briefed when that time comes. Very fun. You could also lose your privilege if you are like acting dumb and messing around, doing stuff you're not supposed to. Right? There is what we call short patrol out there, and they will catch you if you're doing stuff you're not supposed to, or being out after curfew and stuff like that. But yeah, it's there for us to kind of get some R&R.
We got another question from Future Sailor Claude Felter. How do you keep from falling over? So I'm assuming, how do you keep from falling over the ship? If you've never been on a ship before, or there's things around the ship.
Yeah, they're called yard arms. Yard arms. They're called
or lifelines.
Lifelines, yeah, that they put up. Usually, if they're not up, they don't let you go there. But yeah, it's like these metal wires that go across poles, right? And they're supposed to prevent you from falling over. People still do fall over those, so just be careful, especially at nighttime. You wouldn't want to go over the side at night, because then we can't see you. But yeah, that's what it is. And then there's also what we call non-skid on the deck. So you're going to be required, especially if you're on a boat or on a flight deck, to wear special boots, leather boots, right? That kind of grip the non-skid or whatever. It's very rough. It sticks into your boot, so it could give you a little bit more grip. Sometimes when we're doing like replenishment at sea, that's when we get fuel and stuff from another ship over. They do high velocity turns and stuff, and the wind is very strong, but that kind of helps you to get a grip on the deck and not slip, especially if it gets wet and so forth. But yeah, that's how you not fall.
Yeah, Future Sailor Club Filter, let us know if we answered your question okay. There's a lot of safety measures on the ship. You won't just fall off or fall over, even during drills. I think you said no during drills. But if you still have a question, kind of elaborate your question. With Future Sailor Bo, for the recertification forms, as far as the height and weight, so we give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but I know people have a lot at home have scales. So if you don't have a scale, I know it's kind of hard, but most of you do have a scale. You can kind of take a picture, but that's why we need to see the future sailors in person that have a big concern with their height and weight, or with their weight. And so we need to see you guys in person. For Future Sailor Bo, we know how you are. We know what your height and weight is. And so we wouldn't expect you to come into the office every week in person to check your weight, because, you're at a good size right now. But still, if you have a scale, take a picture of your scale, send it to your recruiter. We can do it that way. I think Future Sailor Lobato. I think that's Future Sailor Lobato. Is it true that you lose your liberty privilege if you get below a B grade average in, I'm assuming, A school?
I've never heard of that. You do get what we call EMI, extra military instruction. Yeah. So usually, you want to. They tell you in the beginning, if you're not scoring at a 75, 80% average, they're gonna give you that EMI. It's just you staying back in the schoolhouse and just getting one-on-one with the instructor. If they still don't see, any progress, obviously they're going to take more dire measures from there. That could result into securing some liberty for whatever reason. But you shouldn't be in that situation just because your ASVAB score says it all, right? We're not going to put you in an environment you're not going to thrive in. We're not going to put you somewhere you're not going to, be good at. You might have to work hard at it. You might have to try. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you if you succeed or not. So our intention is never to secure your liberty.
No, that's a good question, Future Sailor Lovato. But you always want to expect get the highest grade as possible. Don't settle for B average, C average, and just slack off. You'll get rewarded if you do score really high. If you're number one in the class, number two in the class, strive for that. A plus all the way, especially for those technical schools that are longer, so they can have incentives for doing a good job with your grades. Your instructors are going to see that. So don't just settle for average or I'm just gonna pass just so I can go to the fleet or get out of A school. Strive for as hard as you can. But good questions. I think we have another one from Future Sailor Carl Jimenez. Okay. Biggest thing that helped you get through boot camp. So we'll both answer that. Go ahead.
Cool. I guess for me was my peers around me, and then also my family. Just kind of, that was one of the main reasons why I joined, right? To give my family just better opportunities. So I always had that in the back of my head. And whenever I did want to give up, or especially during the run, right? That run it gets pretty hard. And I wanted to quit sometimes, and I just thought about them and just kind of gave me the strength to keep on going and just pushing. So yeah, that and my peers, like I said, you're there with like 80 other strangers, and at the end of it, you guys go through the struggle together. Kind of brings you guys a little closer, and you get to know them. So you end up seeing like your brothers. So just going through that struggle with them, it kind of builds that bond.
Cool. Yeah, for me, definitely you got to have that motivation, that drive within yourself. So what helped me with that is, of course, self-drive, but also family, just receiving letters from home. But I was just always focused on the big picture. What's the light at the end of the tunnel? There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and you just got to remember why you're doing it. Okay, I'm doing this because I want to do this. I want to succeed. I want to travel the world. Because boot camp is so temporary. It's not forever, and so when it's not going to be like that every single day. It's just for 2 months, and then you go to A school, which is a lot more. I wouldn't say super relaxed, but a lot more relaxed compared to boot camp. You will have liberty at A school. You'll have more privacy with at least that's still more privacy than boot camp. But just that whole motivation and drive just to get you through it. Focus if you want to focus on one thing. Okay, I'm gonna graduate just because of this. I'm doing it for my mom. I'm doing it for my college benefits. I'm doing it for just to get out of Albuquerque. I know some people like Albuquerque, or nothing against Albuquerque, but sometimes that's a motivation. I want to see the world. There's more to the world than just Albuquerque. Especially for people that have never left the state before. I've never been out of the country or out of the state. I want to see the world. And so it's just one thing that you have to get through is boot camp. So did that answer your question, Future Sailor? But any other questions while we move forward? Before we move forward? Okay. Anything else to add? Oh, Is there a quarantine period before boot camp begins? Rare question. I believe that might be Future Sailor. I would guess Ben Heck. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, really good question. And so right now, at this very moment, you know, because everything changes like every week. You know, next month it could be different. June, July it could be different. You know, hopefully for the better. But as of right now, as we speak, there is a small little quarantine period at boot camp. As soon as you get there, so you guys will be separated from the big boot camp group as normal, just like how you do it with divisions. You know, you're always in a big group with divisions, a group of 80 or 90 per division. So you won't do that right away. You'll be basically separated from the big group, and you'll just be quarantined, just like how you said it, Future Sailor. And that's when they'll give you an option to bring a couple books. I believe it's at the most 2 different books to read, and also get this a video electronic gaming, not necessarily console, but gaming portable gaming device. So a good example would be a Game Boy, which I know that's old school for you guys, but I know they still sell them. But if you had a portable Game Boy that doesn't require internet or Wi-Fi, you can still play it, remotely without any internet or Wi-Fi, or it cannot have a one of those cameras on there, then you can bring that for your quarantine period. And so, something to think about if you guys are expected to ship out soon. So for the shippers for May, you guys can bring that. But things are changing so much that now that, you know, come June, July, who knows what the guidelines will be. Oh, okay, Fernandez, I'm sorry. So can we bring a switch? So I don't have a switch. Do you have a switch? So Petty Officer Hernandez was saying it has a camera for the Nintendo Switch. So just keep that in mind. If Nintendo Switch has a camera, or if you need Wi-Fi or internet to use it, then you will not be able to bring it. But I don't know if there's any other Nintendo Switches that don't have camera capabilities, then I would say bring that one.
Wi-Fi enabled. Wi-Fi enabled. I think all switches are Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so I think all switches are Wi-Fi. But if you have an old version or like the first version, maybe Nintendo Wii or yeah. So good question though. So just do some research and try to find some switches that don't have that capabilities. I think we're caught up with our questions. Let me wait a few seconds to see if there's any other questions. So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. So we have just a few, maybe like a half hour or so. Before I go over the next topic, I'm gonna give you guys the next topic. So let's vote on the next topic that you guys all want to go over next. One more topic as far as any start guide topics, anything that you guys want to kind of tackle, any confusion, whether it's Navy terminology or ranks, or if you want to review the military drills again. Yeah, any questions on that, but I'll leave it up to you guys what you guys want to talk about. If not, then we'll just go over PRT.
Yeah, definitely ask the questions now. I mean, all of the letters that we read from you guys, mostly all of them say, man, I wish I had more time. I wish I would have studied more. I wish I would have asked the questions then, rather than finding out the hard way. So definitely ask away. There's not a dumb question, so you guys can know what to expect, most importantly.
Okay, so someone requested ranks and recognition. So that's a good one. I'm just gonna go over them up, see if you have a good picture. So you can kind of point. So ranks, yeah, that's a good question or a good topic. Future Sailor Bartley. Because when you are at boot camp, and of course that's going to be the first base that you go to, go over ranks, and we'll briefly discuss ships and air. When you go to boot camp, or whenever you're on a base or ship, everyone's in uniform. Of course, right now, the only people that you see in Navy uniform for you guys is the recruiting office, or if you guys have access to Kirtland Air Force Base, there are some Navy personnel there, but all in all, you guys don't see Navy uniforms on a regular basis at school or out in town. You might see more Air Force or Army, but when you guys see the uniform, you have to identify the rank right away, especially at boot camp. And so that's why it's very imperative to learn it now, so that when you get to boot camp, you're not going to be calling a master chief a petty officer third class. You know, if you guys know who or what a master chief is, that's the highest ranking person in the enlisted ranks. So especially with the green uniform, the Navy working uniforms, everything's black now. So it blends in, as you can see, it blends in. And so if you're a few feet away, a few steps away at boot camp, you might not have good vision, then it might be kind of hard to see the rank. So we'll definitely discuss that.
So just kind of be aware where they're at, right? Obviously, this uniform is going to be right in the middle. If you see gold, it's either going to be an officer or chief petty officer, right, or above. When they're wearing their khakis, if you see black bottoms or the slacks, the black slacks is going to be some type of petty officer, right? If you see the khaki bottoms, they're either going to be an officer or a chief petty officer, right? Make sure you know where to look at. You know, in the khakis, same thing. You're wearing the garrison hat, right? You have the rank on the hat. Same thing in dress uniforms, right? You wear them on your sleeve. So just know where to identify, where to look, and what uniforms. It's probably the biggest thing.
Okay. All right. Let's go. All right, so we're starting off from the bottom. E1. E1 is seaman recruit. So majority of you will be seaman recruit when you first start off, but you guys will still have the chance to get E2. So definitely study. So just so you know, seaman recruit doesn't have a insignia or any stripes or nothing to present it on the uniform. So that's already a sign. If someone is wearing a Navy uniform and they don't have any insignia on their uniform, then that means they got to be at the bottom with seaman recruit because it doesn't have insignia. When you get E2, which is the next one, then you start seeing these stripes. So as you can see on the left, E2, seaman apprentice, E3, seaman.
So Petty Officer Venus said that you're able to get rank in boot camp, right? This is why we tell you guys to study, because if you already know your general orders, you know your facing movements, you know your ranks, right? You don't have to worry about that stuff ever, and then that's how you get the rank.
Connection. Okay. All right. Yes, definitely good points. So E2 and then E3, seaman, and then so E4. Once you get to E4, it changes really big now with a big jump from E3 to 4.
But another, yeah.
Oh. All right. So I forgot we were going to go over the communities. Go ahead.
So yeah. So basically E3s or seamen, right? Is just general. Since we're in the Navy, we're mostly all seamen. But you could tell the different type of community you're in by the color stripes you have. Seaman is white, right? Fireman, you're gonna have red stripes. Airman, you're gonna have green, and then construction, you're gonna have baby blue. Okay, and that's how you're gonna know. So when you guys do put on those stripes, come graduation time, you guys will kind of know. Okay, he's a fireman, he's an airman, he's a seaman, so on and so forth.
Good point. All right, so now going back to what I was starting to talk about with E. When you jump from E3 to E4, now you're at a supervisor level. And so E1, E2, E3, you're still new, you're still training, you're still adapting and learning. But once you get into the petty officers, so petty officer level, E4 all the way up to E6, and then you above. But with E4 and E6, E4, E5, E6, from left to right, that's 1 chevron, 2 chevrons, 3 chevrons. So those stripes, as you might think, they kind of look like V stripes or V shapes. We call them chevrons. And so that red right there, it may not always be red, so don't really focus on the color, but just the chevron itself. And then as you can see 2. So sometimes people get those confused. Oh, that's only, you might say, oh, this is 2 chevrons, and this is 1 chevron, and this is like nothing. But no, when you see the red part of it, that's the chevron. And then when you go to E5, and then E6. So E4, E5, E6, petty officer 3rd class, petty officer 2nd class, petty officer 1st class. Anything to add?
No, so just like you were saying, the most important is gonna be the red, right? So you see that's 1. This black one doesn't count. It's just the background, right? And that's 2, and then that's 3. So just make sure you know.
And then right here, what do you guys call this? That's the perched eagle.
Yeah, perched eagle.
So those are the perched eagle. So as you can tell, it's facing left. And then in the middle, your rate insignia is going to change as per your own rate or your job or your community, as far as, hospital corpsman, gunner's mate, Navy SEAL, Navy counselor, all them. If you guys haven't seen your rate insignia, I would look it up. It's different for everyone's rate.
So they call it a rating badge.
Rating badge. Sorry.
That's how you're going.
And so this one is the bosun's mate badge, rating badge, insignia. So every time you see a bosun's mate, you're going to see that. So this would be a bosun's mate 3rd class, petty officer 2nd class bosun's mate, petty officer 1st class bosun's mate.
And then also the biggest thing they're gonna ask you, like especially when you're getting inspected, all right? What does a 2nd class petty officer wear on the sleeve of his dress blues, right? And you're gonna have to break down the actual rank, perched eagle, rating badge, 2 chevrons, right? So that's how you want to get in that habit of kind of saying it like that, because that's what they know.
Yep. So just like what Petty Officer Hernandez is saying, rating badges. So the middle one is quartermaster. So, but this is a master chief. So you can see the stars up there. That's when you get into the E7 and above, E7, E8, E9. And that's the next category after E6. From E7 through E9 are all chief petty officers, but there's different ranks within the chief petty officers. So this would be E7, chief petty officer. As you can see, nothing above the eagle. There's no stars. There's nothing. It's just the chevrons, the rocker is what they call it, that connects the chevrons. So that's how you can determine if this is a chief or higher. So with the petty officers, going back, you can see there's nothing that's arching. A rocker, we call it the rocker. But when you get to chief and above, bam, it's connected. So that's the things that you need to look for when you look at their uniforms and how to address them, whether it's a petty officer or a chief. But then when you go to E8 and E9, well, this is E8. So you can notice there's a star up above now that separates the chiefs, from E7 and E9 to E8. So only E8s, senior chief petty officers, have just one star.
So another thing to know, it's very important to know the color of the star as well.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just kind of go over this one real quick. So you're gonna say, what is it? Senior Chief Petty Officer. We're on the sleeve is dress blues, right? Silver Star, Perched Eagle, Rocker, Rating Badge, 3 chevrons. Bam, you're done. That's the question.
So that's E8. So now this is the highest one, E9. So you see those two up above? That is the highest ranking rank in the enlisted side of the Navy. So anytime you see two stars, that's yeah. And so that's why it's very important to remember how many stars. So 1 star, 2 stars, or what color they are. If you guys heard of the Master Chief of the Navy, I think it might. Okay, yeah. So the Master Chief of the Navy will have three stars. You can see the one all the way in the right. So MCPON is what we call him. So I think you guys were here.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys were here for the MCPON's visit. I think it was about 4 months ago over at the West Mesa High School. And so there's only one person that's designated as the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. And that's how you can tell that it's him or her. With the 3 stars, and it's gold now. I don't know if you can tell, it's gold, and then that gold star in the middle. As opposed to a normal Master Chief Petty Officer will have just 2 stars, that's silver or white, and then just their rating badge insignia in the middle. CMC, Master Chief, Command Master Chief, there's always one Command Master Chief for each command. You can see how their star is in the middle. And then Fleet or Force Master Chiefs, those are more, they're responsible for a bigger group or a bigger fleet. So it's more commands under them, like a region, or the fleet, Pacific Fleet, Atlantic Fleet. So you can see the differences. But these are all Master Chiefs, E9. But when it comes to the high ranking position, they have more detailed positions. But any one of you guys and gals can reach this level right here. So if you reach to the highest rank, you motivate yourself, you do well, you succeed and continue succeeding throughout your Navy career. Any one of you guys, since you guys are enlisted, can move up the ranks and become one of those positions. So strive for the highest position possible. And so it is possible. So one of you guys could be the next future MCPON. Collar devices. So when it comes to, so you have ranks that's going to be on your uniform. For this uniform, it's in the middle. But your more formal or semi-formal uniforms, they'll be put in your collars. And so you might have seen us wear the khaki shirt and black pants. Those are our service dress uniforms or service uniforms. And that's when they start utilizing the collar devices. So it's a little bit different for the chiefs. You got the anchor and the USN and then the stars. So 1 officers. I'm going to talk about 1 officers.
Yeah. So as enlisted, you could also come to these ranks, right? These are a little bit more, I guess, a little higher than what you're still. I guess you still have to reach the rank of a chief, right? And then you'll be eligible to put one of these ranks on if you go ahead and request it, right, put in the package. But yeah, Chief Warrant Officer, they're just like officers. Just the only difference is you the enlisted side, and now you're doing the officer side of it, right? So prior enlisted. So you're doing you're the subject matter expert in whatever field that you pretty much came in as. So like myself, right? I'm an OS. If I choose to be a warrant officer, I'll do something related to what type of operations I do. So I know the enlisted side, and now with this, it allows you to go furthermore to the officer side, right? Getting more into the political, I guess, stuff.
So I know it's way different than the other ranks, but you just got to remember the bars. So W2 is the only one that's gold, and then silver, 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 and then you got the two dark blue bars, and then 3, and then 1 solid for W5. So I know it's weird compared to the other ones, but you're not going to see warrant officers as much as regular line officers or ensign, lieutenants, captains, admirals. These are more of the rare bunch, kind of like the unicorn or diamond in the rough, because it's not easy to do. It's not easy to get that rank, and they're very well respected. So when you see one, they definitely render salute. They are officers. Give them the respect that they deserve, and usually they're very, very seasoned, very wise and very seasoned. They might be in the Navy for 30 plus years. They're old and gray, and they are the big deal. They are, they know what they're talking about.
They also refer to themselves as Mustangs.
Mustangs. But we're going to move on. So now this is officers with 01 all the way up to 010. So these are the lowest ranking officers, 01 to 02. That's why they call themselves, or they call them junior officers, because they're straight out of college, straight out of Naval Academy, straight out of, not having too much Navy experience. And so ensign and lieutenant junior grade. So these are the, what do you call it? Sleeves. These are the sleeves. These are the shoulder boards, and then it's the collar devices. So as you can see, they kind of keep to the same format with gold bar, gold bar, gold bar. But when it comes to silver, it's not going to be silver, but it's still going to be, 1 stripe and then 1 half stripe is lieutenant junior grade. But just know that whenever you deal with ranks in the Navy, or I would say in the military in general, gold is always lower than silver. So I know it's kind of backwards. You would think that gold is more valuable than silver, but not in the military, especially with us. So if you see 2 gold and silver, you'll know that silver outranks gold. So
and that's officers. Enlisted, obviously, chiefs are gold, right? And we're silver.
Yeah, this is just for officer. Still kind of junior officers, 03 to 04. 04, you're getting more seasoned. But 03, you got the lieutenant, and so now we have two gold, or I'm sorry, 2 silver bars, and then 1 gold. We call it oak leaf. So I know I just told you, silver outranks gold, but if you see 04 and 03, once you see 05, then it'll make more sense. 05, there you go, silver oak leaf. So what did I say? Silver outranks gold. So gold oak leaf, silver oak leaf. So that's how you can kind of separate the two. And so now that we're talking about silver oak leaf, that's the commander. So now you're in the senior officers. So from 05 and above, those are the ones that are really high ranking, and they're usually commanding officers at this point. You're commanding officer of a ship, commanding officer of a base, commanding officer of something big. Our commanding officer right now for our command is in 05. And then it keeps going up and up after that. Captain, spread eagle, silver spread eagle.
Don't get that confused with the 3rd class petty officer.
Yeah, so this one's, see how it's going to the right? The other one for petty officers is going to the left. So it's a little bit more detailed, more bigger.
Would be surprised how many times you see people not salute captain, thinking he's a 3rd class because of that. So don't do that. It's going to be a bad day for you.
And then you see the shoulder boards got 4 stripes, and then this is the sleeve, 4 stripes. Now we're going to the big wigs, admirals, flag officers, admirals. So these are the most highest ranking officers. There's four different ones, and so you got, now it's going into stars. So you see this in the collar device, shoulder boards, and then sleeves. And then you got stripes, or just one full gold stripe, all connected. So lower half. And the reason why there's two different types of rear admirals, so that's why they say lower and upper. But you don't have to call them, hey, what's up, rear admiral, lower half. You just call them admiral, or good morning, sir, good morning, admiral. But to be technical, there's two different types of rear admirals. So lower, upper. See the difference between the two? 1 star, 2 stars, and then you start adding another stripe that's not connected. That's how you can tell. And then you got 2 stars, shoulder boards, and then collar devices. So upper, lower. And then now 09, 3 stars. See how it's going up and up? 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars there. And then more stuff on the sleeve. Vice Admiral. So just like how you have a president and a vice president in the Navy, they have admiral and vice admiral. So kind of like second highest in command, vice president, highest command, president, vice admiral, and then admiral, 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then more stripes added on. So just remember when you went to 07, so just that, and then you keep adding one more, 08, 09, 010. Let's see if this sleeve is full with a lot of stuff and you got 4 stars, admiral. But usually you'll see the stars right away. I think that's the last. Yeah, so that's the highest right there. So when it comes to chain of command, you guys are also going to have to learn the chain of command, which I know you guys have been studying. So the highest ranking person in the Navy is a 4-star admiral, and his or her name will be the Chief of Naval Operations, CNO. And so that's a very important position that you need to remember, because there's only one position like that. Just like the MCPON, there's only one MCPON designated in the Navy. There's also one CNO designated in the Navy. So the highest ranking out of all the admirals. He's stationed over at Pentagon, briefs the Department of Defense, Secretary of the Navy, Secretary of Defense, and the President all the time. So, okay, so that wraps up. Okay, so if you can just quickly answer those questions real quick, and then we can't go over all of them. We're going to wrap things up now.
Well, so the question is, do you say the swim test is harder than the run? If you never swam before, yes. If you've always been an avid swimmer, then probably the swim's going to be easier just because you're like vertical, right?
Let me see. How do sea tours work?
Depending on what community you're in and stuff, it pretty much depends how your seashore rotation goes. So myself, like the OS, we usually go to sea for about 5 years, and then you go on shore duty for 3 years, and then you go back to sea and so on and so forth. Depending on what rank you are, you could also, you could get out or transfer or whatever. You just split tours. It's pretty much just, but for the most part, it's 5 years out to sea, 3 years to sea on shore. I think NC1 is just 3 years, right? But he's just
you won't get into that. That's more shore duty stuff. But anything else? Okay, so I know future sailor Dustin Crown was asking questions about the PRT requirements to pass. So we're running out of time. I know you guys have been really eager to learn, so I appreciate that. I know there's still about 26 of you all logged in, so I appreciate that. But we're going to start wrapping things up. But I will post all the requirements for the PRT on the WhatsApp after this. So it's all based off, just so you guys know, it's all based off your age category. So the older you are, the easier it gets. From like 17 to 19, 20 to 24. Yeah. So it's like every 4 years or so. And so all you youngins, and I think 90% of you all are all youngins, 17, 18, 19, you're going to have to be expected to do the fastest times, fastest requirements. You guys are all young, full of life, full of energy. But as you get older, make it a long career, it gets easier and easier. So I'll post that out on the WhatsApp probably in the next hour, 30 minutes to an hour. But I know you guys been, hanging in there. It's already 5 o'clock, 1700. So that's a really good time for our Dep meeting. But we'll definitely keep doing this, at least minimum twice a month. But I would like to do it maybe even 3 times a month. You guys cool with that? What else are you guys doing right now? Playing Xbox, playing PlayStation, getting, going crazy, being at home with your siblings or with your family. But it's still, it's still a blessing to be home with your family. Enjoy the days that you have with your family because, you don't always have this. So I'm happy. And the biggest thing is being healthy. I think this is Future Sailor Fisher Brown. Would you be able to upload this as a video afterwards? I would say yes, we can definitely do that. I'm still learning how to work YouTube Studio and everything. So yes, if I can do it, and I know I got some help from other people that can show me how to do it. So yeah, I'll do the best I can. I don't know what Gardino is saying, finally finishing school. Okay, you're finally finishing school. I think that's what you're saying, Future Sailor Gardino. So good job. And you're making dinner, Future Sailor Vargas. What's for dinner? But yeah, we'll start wrapping it up. So like I said, we'll do this again, at least every couple weeks. I know it's already the end of April, but still please reach out to your recruiters. If you haven't done a virtual monthly mentoring with them, please do so ASAP. It's already like 3 more days till the end of the month. But this counts as one monthly mentoring with this Dep meeting that we're doing. So just do one more if you haven't came into the office or done it virtual. But I wanted to give a shout out to all the future sailors that are shipping out in May, because we might not see them again or hear from them after this Dep meeting. So I know I already mentioned future sailor Jacob Williamson shipping out soon. Future sailor Alexis Williamson. So there's 2 Williamsons shipping out, not related. Future Sailor Skeets, go Nukes, as well as Future Sailor Fisher, also a nuke. Future Sailor Bardwell, submarines. Future Sailor Skylar Chavez, he's shipping out this week. So good luck to him. He's also a nuke. Future Sailor. If I'm missing one of you guys, I think I got most of you. Oh, Future Sailor Kraft, Alexander Kraft. And then not too far away, Future Sailor Bitzer is shipping out June 1st. And speaking of Future Sailor Bitzer, if you are online, you're allowed to holler. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Future Sailor Bitzer, James Michael Bitzer. If you guys didn't know, he received and was selected his EOD contract this month. It was like 2 weeks ago or so. So round of applause. And so I was going to reward him this month as our Future Sailor of the Month because he did a kick-ass job with his PSTs. I think he was one of the only Future Sailors in the entire command for Phoenix, Arizona, and New Mexico to get selected for a special warfare contract. That specific entry. So good job for Future Sailor Bitzer. And so he was our Future Sailor of the Month. So if he's not online, he's probably working out and doing all these pull-ups and push-ups. But if he's not online, please reach out to him. Tell him congratulations. He's going to be a EOD sailor, explosive ordnance device sailor. And so good job for that. If you are interested for those programs, I know most of you have already talked to Chief Willett. He's coordinator for that program, so still keep reaching out to him. I know it's really hard to do it right, to do the PSTs right now with all the gyms being closed, but he's definitely trying. And as soon as he gets opportunity to do that, we'll definitely get you guys in the pool, work out, and also try out for the PSTs and get a contract just like Future Sailor is. But nothing's guaranteed, so you still have a contract. You can still try out if it's available, but no matter what, you're still in the Navy with your current contract, so that's the biggest thing. So I don't think I missed anything. I think I missed Future Sailor Aragon. Future Sailor Aragon's also shipping out, so best of luck to Future Sailor Aragon. And then like submitted their introductions late, so let me get that real quick, and then we should wrap it up. Augustine Lopez, he said he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, so this is another Future Sailor that's brand new. Going to Albuquerque High School, woot woot. He felt that college was a scam. Who else feels that? So that's definitely a good point. And he also wanted a good job that has training, opportunities, and definitely travel. One interesting thing about Augustine Lopez is he helps train dogs for the IPO parentheses bite work protection dogs. Good to know. We have dogs, so maybe we'll reach out to you. That's awesome. Also, and then I think Womack did too. So Future Sailor Zachary Duran Sanchez, what's up? He's from Grants, New Mexico. He attended Grants High School. He joined the Navy to be a part of something greater than himself. Awesome. And also one thing interesting about him is that he enjoys helping others and strives to be more selfless. He also loves the outdoors. So welcome aboard, Future Sailor Duran Sanchez. And I believe Future Sailor Womack, I don't want to forget about you. She's representing Lake Worth, Florida. All right. She attended Park Vista Community High School for most of her career, and then she transferred to MAS, which is Mission Achievements and Success Charter School, to finish her senior year. And then she wanted to join the Navy because she knows she can do so much more, not just with herself, but in life. And one interesting thing about her, Future Sailor Womack, is she swam with nurse sharks and a barracuda. I'm assuming that was in Florida, right? So when you guys are in Florida, hit up Future Sailor Womack because she knows all about the barracudas and sharks. Whew. All right, cool. So yeah, those are our new Future Sailors additions. We're gonna wrap it up. Let's see if there's any other last minute questions. Future Sailor Bogus said green chili chicken is for dinner. Yes. Future Sailor said, or Petty Officer Stecke said, woohoo. Congrats to Bitsy, says Future Sailor Morales. A lot of standing ovations for Future Sailor Bitzer. So that's just one part of our success in our delayed entry program group. So you guys push each other, you guys help out each other, especially for the leadership. You have Future Sailor Bo, Future Sailor Climb, Future Sailor Drake Wilkinson, Future Sailor Jermaine, Future Sailor Daw, and also Future Sailor Albers. I still recognize you as a leadership. So appreciate you guys motivating each other, but still help out everyone during this rough times. We got to take care of each other, still keep checking in. And so we're here for you guys. I know this took a while to coordinate, but now we got this YouTube channel up and running. So send more requests so that we can keep doing this on a regular basis, and we'll make it more, give us ideas too. We'll make it more fun. I know this is the very first time, even if we can get some Future Sailor leadership involved and we can get them, part of the video, we can do it outside, practice some push-ups and sit-ups, which we didn't get to do today. You can get Petty Officer Carter to help you guys with mentoring on your physical fitness and your dieting programs. You can get Chief Willett to coach you guys on special warfare workouts. We can, so it caters to you guys. Anything that you guys are missing or lacking, we can help you guys during this this time right now, but we appreciate all you guys listening in. I know it's almost dinner time, so have a good dinner. Be safe. Contact your recruiters about the virtual monthly mentorship. And like I said, all the future sailors, you guys know who you are that need to check in person for their weight. Please call your recruiter today or tomorrow. It's coordinated time. So we don't want all you guys coming in at the same time. So our office is still open, by the way. So we only have a certain amount of people in the office at one particular time. So that's why we can't have Dep meetings all together because it's just too many people. I think that's it. Any last things?
Just start reaching out to your friends, those referrals. You know, it's always a big thing for us. We want to help them out as much as we can, just like we're helping you guys out. But yeah, just be safe. Stay, wash your hands.
As far as homework, I didn't come up with anything right now. I would say just my homework is just keep studying and keep sending us referrals. So that is your homework. I know my boss, Petty Officer Quinones, reached out to you guys a couple of days ago. I don't know if anyone responded or anyone told their recruiters any referrals, but that's your homework. Is every one of you all need to give us a referral. And I know sometimes you might have given your recruiter a lot already, but people that you just meet, people that you're chatting online, maybe neighbors or people that have lost their jobs, wink, wink, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have lost their jobs during this time. So that is a referral. Hey, my neighbor, my friend lost their job. Hello, we're giving out jobs. So, and I know it's not the easiest job as far as, just getting a job interview and just joining or getting hired, but you guys went through the MEPS process. You can explain to them how the MEPS process works. You guys made it through okay. So just let them know, hey, just go through the MEPS process with the recruiters. They'll help you out, and you'll have a job with a lot of guarantees and benefits. So that's your homework. So by Wednesday, you got Tuesday and Wednesday, give your referrals to recruiters. Signing off. See you guys. Have a good night.